Welcome back to the Anthony Lee Crypto Channel. We are live. It is Tuesday, and we are trading already this morning, guys. What's going on, man? How is everyone? Let's take a look and see who we got in here today. We got some folks in here. Hang on one sec. Let me make sure my stream. Somebody let me know if the sound is off or if we're doing okay. Anybody, let me know. I want to make sure. Make sure the music's okay, sound's okay. Sound is good. Sounds good to me. Okay. Got a couple folks saying sounds good. All right, let's keep it rolling then. Guys, we are short. We are short. We short. We've made so much money, guys, in the last week. Oh, my gosh. It's ridiculous. The Lord has really blessed us this week. We've had so many opportunities to get into this trade. I'm so thankful. We're going to cover some of those. Take a look at the macro and where I think we're headed. And I do have a poll in chat, so if you guys get a second, go ahead and hit up that poll. Let me know what you think. Is Bitcoin headed for sub-60k in March, or maybe a little bit later, or is the bottom in and we never see sub-60k again? I'm curious as to what you think, so hit up the poll and let me know, guys. So I'm currently in two. Normally I only ever run one day trade short and I run a bunch of scalps here and there. But I went a little different today. I logged into the old KCEX. Up top, you can see the banner KCEXtrading.com or the affiliate link below. Go get you a KCEX account if you don't have one. Lowest fees in the game. They're the same low fees as MEXC, 0.01%. Market order fees, no, 0%, zero limit fees. So you could just mark it in for pennies. Literally. So get you an account. Anyway, we've talked about this, but we're going to go over very quickly here. We have the MEXC short trade going from right here, and I've showed this. I'm logged into KCEX right now, so I'm not going to pull up my MEXC. I'm short from right here at 73.5. I've showed you this trade over the last few days. You've seen it. I don't need to show it to you again. I ran this with a day trade and a scalp trade. I've already closed the scalp trade out. Made really good profit on that, and I've TP'd 50% of my trade. Where did I TP that? Most of it I TP'd right down here at the point of control at about 67K, 66.9. Somewhere in here, I took about 50% of my trade off. So we are way up on that. All right, and then we've taken a couple other trades. We came in yesterday. First of all, I gave you several opportunities to get into that trade. Given to you in advance in the Anthony Lee Crypto VIP Discord. Join us. And then yesterday, we took the trade here. Some of you front ran this, which I advise not to do, but I know some of you did front run it. And then when we came back and hit, here it is. So we front ran the value area high, the KCEX value area high yesterday on the live stream, VIP live stream only. Some of you took this. I did not. I told you. I knew for sure, 90% sure we'd come back and hit it, which we did later. I did take the short here, the scalp short. I closed that out. I got stopped out on profit, like $650, something like that. I did take the scalp short here. But I told you on the stream yesterday that I was really more interested in this Bybit value area high scalp. So if I get stopped out, I would still look for this. And I took that trade, and it was a scalp trade, made, I think, $545 on this trade, got stopped out. And then I told you this morning, actually, when I took this trade, I think I said, but we could go higher. We just kind of dipped into this, but we front ran the golden pocket in 702, 702 being my favorite. So I said we could go a little bit higher, and I would expect to get stopped out. So I secured my profit and guaranteed myself a winning trade, which I took. And did, and then I took the trade. I decided I'd go ahead, since we're in a good key area, I would go ahead and enter a KCEX day trade and scalp trade here. So I'm in the day trade. Right here, where is the daily naked point of control? There is a daily naked. Maybe there's not. I'm sure from here. I'm sure from right here. I've already TP'd 1 and 2. I TP'd 2 right here when we came down for the value area high retest. I TP'd 2 on my scalp trade, but I have not taken profit on my day trade yet. So if I come get stopped out, my stop is up here. If I come get stopped out, I will still make profit because I've already secured enough on my scalp trade to cover my drawdown, my potential drawdown on my day trade. So guaranteed winning trade. It is very hard to lose trades. If you're losing money on stops, you're doing it for only a few reasons. Number one, you're getting bad entries. Number two, your stop loss is not in the correct place. Or number three, you're not taking a scalp trade alongside your day trade. And if you are, and you're still losing, then you're getting greedy, period. And I've done it. I used to do it. When I first started doing this, I'd say, okay, I'm going to take a day trade and a scalp trade. And they would start heading in my direction. I'd be like, okay, never mind that. I'm going to call these both day trades. I'm going to make, let's say I had a goal of making $500 on the scalp trade and $3,000 on the day trade. I would say, never mind that. I'm going to make $3,000 on both. And I'd wind up getting stopped out for a loss on both instead, when I should have not gotten greedy, stuck to the plan, and taken profit or even closed out the scalp trade for at least enough to cover my drawdown allowance for my stop loss on my day trade. That way it's risk-free trading, okay? Even if I get stopped out on the day trade, I still don't lose anything. And I've been kind of trying to teach this and teach this and teach this. So if you're doing that, great. I know that some of you are doing that because you're messaging me in Discord, and I'm super proud of you guys. Great job. Some of you are really killing these trades since switching over in the last week or so. Speaking of last week, I did pull my P&L for the last week. This is not all. Let's see. We're up $8,600. This is on a $7,000 account. I've been running 2 trades, generally which I have another account now on the KCEX going, so this doesn't include that. $5,000 trade along with a $2,000 trade. So, and I'm doing one of those at 20x leverage and one at 30x leverage. I'm 30x leverage on the $2,000 trade, and the $5,000 trade I'm running at 20x leverage. So we're up $8,600 realized. That we still have the trades open from here that we've only realized on the scalp trade, so no realized here. But again, this is on KCEX. And we have not fully realized the day trade from 73.5, only 50% of that. Also, I did tell you this morning in Discord, which I told you the other day, I had bought 70K. I don't even know where I posted this. I thought I posted it right here, maybe here. 70K worth of spot fetch AI at 1452, and fetch AI is currently at 1496. I sold this at like 1482, so I made $1,200, $1,200 profit on the fetch AI trade, spot trade that I gave you guys on the 6th, which was 3 or 4 days ago. So could have made a lot more, but I'm okay with that. I'm cool. I think the market's hanging on by a thread, and I did not want to get greedy, especially when I am expecting much lower prices within the next 1 week. Did not want to get caught with my hand in the old cookie jar here. Not this close, not what I believe to be this close to a major market crash or dump. It may not be a crash, depending on how you look at it. Let's see who's here. We've got to see who's here. Got to talking. Thanos, my main man. First one in here today, bro. That means Thanos means business today. Kerry Benz, howdy. Thanos, by the way, killing those trades the last couple days. Congrats, man. Thanos doesn't post this stuff publicly, although I told him he should. At least he knows what I told him he should post. I think would help you guys out. But he's been killing it. Moin Marcus. Hello, Hawkborn. Yo, Salt Chain. What's up? Got an announcement in a second. Max. Look at Max, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down on the morning crew. Usually Max is almost always the first one in here. Caught you slipping today, bro. What's up, brother? Good to see you Morning, y'all, says John the Mod. Got an announcement about John the Mod, guys. Salt Chain. I cannot believe how this is tracing that fractal so closely. It's crazy. Yeah, we're going to go over that. Super close. Dagbjor, what's up? My favorite Icelander. Thanos says he's on it. I'll believe it when I see it. I'm kidding, bro. How's Florida? Y'all enjoying the weather down there with your brother? It's kind of gloomy around here. Revamp. What's up? What's up? Remember those old Budweiser commercials with the frog? What's up? I don't know. Maybe I'm too old. Maybe I'm too old. All right, announcement, guys. I announced this yesterday in Discord, but if you missed it, if you look at my screen on the left is our VIP Discord section. By the way, you can join us in the VIP Discord, AnthonyLeeCrypto.com. Right here, the tab at the top for VIP Discord. I give all of my trade setups. You too could be up over 8K because I gave every one of these trades, every single one of the trades that I took this week that put me up almost 9 grand so far, I gave to you. I told you in advance what I was looking for, my plan. I told you when I took them. I told you where my stop loss was. I told you when I took profit. Every single one of them. Plus the $1,200 for my spot fetch trade. So technically up over 10 grand on the week in the last 7 days. And I gave them all to you. Every single one of them, step by step in the Discord. So anyway, made this announcement yesterday and I'm really proud. So some of you guys don't post a lot publicly, but you will DM me, which is cool. I wish you would share a little more publicly because first of all, I don't mind when you DM me, but a lot of guys have the same questions. And so if you post them publicly, trust me when I tell you, usually, unless there's something really crazy, you're not the only one. So these other people could benefit from seeing these questions and these answers. But number two, it builds community. And I'm telling you, I've been working with Max and John, the three of us as a trio, trading trio, for probably 6-7 years now. Maybe a little longer. We met 2 cycles ago on Twitter on some Algoram posts randomly, and we just started chatting and kind of became friends. And we have been like a trading trio and killing it. And I think I would be successful on my own, but it really helped, especially back then when I was still growing as a trader, to bounce these ideas off of them, see their perspective, and we kind of built this little mini community between the three of us. And it really helped. And so I just think if you guys posted a little more, got a little more active, which some of you are, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Share your trade ideas. Share your trade setups. Don't be afraid. We all take losses. All of us, including myself, John, and Max. It would just build community. And trust, it just works. It just works. Anyway, people will share their trade ideas and their P&Ls and this and that with me privately. And their trade setups and ideas and blah, blah, blah. And sometimes they're actually really good. And I actually take people's trades from time to time that maybe I didn't see. Or maybe I wasn't so sure of. And they tell me, why it's actually really good. And did you see this money flow? And I'm like, oh, shit, actually, I missed the money flow. Like, good job pointing that out. And I take the trade. And so one of the best traders I know, and I taught him everything he knows. I'm just kidding, is John the Mod. Johnny number 5 in Discord. So I have created this advanced Bitcoin TA channel category and a channel underneath that says Johnny number 5. And John has been upgraded. I have brought him on as a member of the staff. And John is going to be giving his trade ideas and setups. Maybe not all of them, but when I give you a trade, guys, I'm not saying I'm perfect or that I win every trade. But usually when I give you a trade setup, it is the higher probability trade setups because I don't want you to get wrecked. Now, if you're getting wrecked, there are very few in the last 6 months trades that I've given publicly in here that have lost. I mean, they didn't all like win 100 grand, but that you could not have profited on if your stops were in the correct place or you took profit. Now, it's not my fault if you don't take profit. I can't help it. I've seen people get up $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 in trade and come back and lose 2 grand on the whole dang thing. I'm like, you were up 5 grand and you didn't take profit and you lost 2? Like, that's terrible. So it's not my fault if you don't TP, and it's not my fault if you don't put your stop in the correct place. I tell you where I'm going to put it, and again, I'm not perfect. I'm not always right. But when I give you a trade, it's because I genuinely believe in the trade, and I'm a very profitable trader, and I show you these trades, and I take them with you live on the VIP streams. I'm a very profitable trader, so if I give you a trade, it's because I believe in the trade and I don't think you're going to get wrecked. Not financial advice. You shouldn't just follow me, but if you follow the things I'm doing, you, in theory, should be profitable like me. So if you're not doing that and I'm profitable and you're not, then you do the math. Anyway, John takes a few more trades than I do, okay? John is good. Let me tell you where John is bad and where John is good, okay? And I don't mean this in a bad way. I'm not the best. But John has a tendency to, which is good, okay? Nobody went broke taking profit, but he'll get in a trade, and I used to do this, and he runs a day in scalp trade, all good, and he'll take profit like you're supposed to on your scalp. His stops go in the right place. But then he tends to close his day trades too soon. He doesn't close them with the scalps, but still he closes it too soon. Once you know, he's closed a little too soon. So if he makes $500 on a scalp, he may make $1,500 on his day trade, which is great. But he could have made $5 or $6 grand on that day trade. But where he's good, where he's better than me probably, is re-entering. Okay, so he'll wait like we did the other day when I entered at 73.5, came down, and those you didn't enter, I said, okay, we're going to wait for market structure change and a 618 to 786 pullback, and then re-enter. He's good at that 618, 786 re-entry after market structure change, okay? I'm not saying I'm not good at it. I just don't usually have to because I don't close my day trades. I just let them run. So I would say I'm less experienced at that, but John is really good at that. I'm not airing your dirty laundry on purpose, brother. I'm sorry. I'm just encouraging these people to where to kind of maybe focus on your trading expertise, that good higher probability re-entry, whereas I like to catch the top, right? I like to catch the top and ride down. John will catch the top with me and ride down, close it out, and then he'll re-enter when it becomes higher probability, whereas someone like me would add to my trade at the higher probability. He's re-entering. So it's really different strokes for different folks, but John is really good at that. So if you're struggling to catch my trades, maybe wait for John's re-entry style trading, okay? Anyway, he's got his own channel. I have opened it up to where you can type in here, you can message in here, so you guys can create a community in here. You can chat on his trades. You can chat with each other. I'm going to check in on this from time to time, especially as it gets going. So I'll be looking. But if you need me quicker, then continue to chat me in the regular VIP Bitcoin channel or direct message me, okay? You can get me here. But if you're going to be here, you might want to @ me so that I get a notification of it, because I'm going to be in this channel less because I'm going to be in my channel. Does that make sense? But anyway, congratulations to John. And as such, we discussed this. John the mod is losing his wrench or his shield as the moderator. He's not being demoted. He's being promoted to professional trader on staff. But to kind of continue to grow the community, yeah, I'm happy to have you part of the team too, brother. To grow the community and kind of delegate a little more and kind of get some more folks involved, we will be passing the wrench to Salt Chain. Salt Chain is going to be our new mod. That doesn't quite have the same ring as John the mod. Salt Chain the mod. I don't know. But we're going to pass it to Salt Chain. Okay? Salt Chain was messaging me yesterday about some trading stuff, and right around the time that I posted that, and he actually volunteered. He said if you make some changes in the moderator. And at the time, I wasn't even thinking about it. I was like, yeah, I guess John does have a lot more responsibility now. Maybe he doesn't, you know, just did not put so much on him. So it's not that I went and selected him over anyone else. We just happened to be chatting at the time, and he actually suggested it to me and volunteered it to me. I wasn't even thinking about it. So Salt Chain is our new mod. So if you need to wrench somebody, wrench them. So I'm not going to do it right now, but I'm going to take the wrench off and transfer it later, or the shield, whatever. But right now we're going to jump into business. Good job, guys. Good job to all of you. Revamps, taking a quick break, watching. Thanos says it's hot in Florida, having a great time. Caribbeans gets worried about sharing because he doesn't do that well yet. Caribbeans, let me tell you something. When you start to share like that, whether you're doing well or not, you're not the only one. Okay, number one. But number two, you'll become a better trader by doing that. Think about this, like If you're struggling to learn something in school or whatever, it's like, you see it, you're not really sure. But when you write it down, like when you write it down, you start to like, oh, okay, gosh, now I see it. So when you start sharing it, you're typing, but you're writing it down, and you can start to walk yourself through the mistakes, and you open yourself up for folks to be like, okay, listen, I used to do the same thing, and here's where I made an adjustment. Someone can throw something at you that might click. And once things click, I'm telling you guys, it's like a math problem. You can stare at a math problem, or one of those pictures that's like a hidden picture, and you kind of cross your eyes, and there's something there, and you can't find it. But once you find it, you could never not see it again. Like, you just look at it every time, and you see it. Once you see it the first time, once this stuff clicks, it will click from then on. Like, you won't be able to not see it. So I encourage you to share, whether you're winning or losing. Share. Others will help you, and you're not the only one. I promise you. I don't make promises. The Bible says not to promise. But I'm telling you, you're not the only one. At the end of the day, not financial advice, but just take my trade step for step. We're banking it over here, brother. We're banking it, man, and I'm showing you the P&Ls, and I'm showing you the trades. So if it's not working your way, try it another way until it clicks. And then when it clicks, the other way will then be your way, and you'll be very profitable. All right, let's see. Price dumping, guys. You're welcome. Those of you that took this trade. Carry Benz, if you're getting wrecked and you're not doing too well, however you said it, now would be the time, bro, to take some profit. Do not lose this trade. You are short. You said it. I'm not giving away your business. You said it in Discord. You are short from let's call it 17,090. Let's call it 71K. You're short from 71K. I don't know how much you have on this, but you're up. We have come down almost 2%. You should be T'ing some P and protecting your trade with the stop loss. Okay? We dumping, guys. Good thing I sold that fetch. Look at that. Look at that. Here I was worried. Like, gosh, I sold fetch too soon. Money. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take some profit. Shoot, hang on. I gotta tease some more P on my phone, cause I have I'm in MEXC on my laptop, and I got a KCEX on my phone. Hang on, y'all. Sorry, I'm teeing some PPPP. Matter of fact, I'm gonna close my scalp. Close my scalp for $1,076 profit. And I'm also going to tease some P on the day. I'm up 1,800. Nope, 17. All right, I just closed out 30% of my day trade for $610. So we're up about $1,700 total on this trade taken this morning. We're up more than that. That's how much we've just realized. And we're still in the day trade from 73.5. So add $1,700 onto this total. $1,700 just realized just now. Actually about $1,300, because this did include the realized from the scalp. No, it doesn't. This is KCEX. So I added $1,700 on to this. $10,300 plus $1,200 in fetch. $11,500 in the last 7 days. Plus the unrealized profit. All of these, I can say it one more time, all of these given to you in Discord as I took them, and I told you where my stops are and when I take profit. All of them. So you could do the exact same thing. I even told you how much I was putting on each as far as my margin and my leverage. All right, dump it down. We called for this. Let's jump right into it, guys. Well, let's get through these comments real quick, and then we'll jump right into it. Yeah, John, we all have our little things. I have my little things too. I have little things. I talk like I'm the boss, like I know everything. I have my little things. I don't show you guys all my trades. But I have showed you every single one of them in the last week. This 10,000, whatever we're up, I've showed you every one of those. But it's because I don't show you the lower probability. I take some trades that are about, 60, 70%. But I don't, I typically post the ones that are 80% or higher probability. Because I don't want you guys to get wrecked. I don't want to post a whole bunch of 60%ers that I'm willing to take because I'm up 10 grand on the week, and I'm okay if I take a handful of trades and one of them pays off 10 grand, great. And if I lose $1,000 bucks, so be it. I don't want to give you guys those. Start profiting big on my high probability trades, and then we'll talk about the lower probability trades I take. John, happy to have you as part of the team, bro. Carrie Benz says, congrats, Salt the Mod. Yes, I'll change. Think on that. I don't want you to have to change your username, but if you want something that's really cool, something kind of vintage, legendary, we like the legendary terms with our Bjorn and Alexander the Great and Vlad. If you think of something like that that goes with mod, not like Rod the Mod. It's kind of gay. But if you can think of something, that might be cool change. Carrie Benz took 870 bucks profit. Cool. And you made like 2,800 bucks yesterday or the day before. Remember? You told us about that. So you're doing well. That's 3,600 bucks up. I don't know what you lost yesterday, but that's $3,600 profit you've made in the last couple days. Good job, bro. Okay, guys, what are we looking at? So far, it's nothing. We're getting a little bounce here. So far, nothing has happened, okay? We did just, we're only on a 15-minute. We have come back into the buy bit value area range, though. But it's on just a 15-minute confirmation back in. That's not good enough for me to say we're headed to point of control, okay? I would want to see like a 4-hour closure in here, something like that, which is what we've done before. The last big trade we took where I made like 3 grand and everybody else did really well, Carrie Benz is $2,800, was this 4-hour closure that I gave you guys right here, and the TP was point of control. We actually rotated all the way down. But the TP was point of control. Carrie Benz made like 2,800 bucks. 4-hour closure. We're here now. Same thing. But I want to see a 4-hour closure here. For me. If you want to front run it, so be it. I want, first of all, I'm not taking it. I'm already in the trade. Right? We're in the trade from up here. But if you're not, if I were you, I would wait for a 4-hour closure here. You get the 4-hour closure back in the range, maybe worth considering a trade down to point of control, since that's what it's done every single time. Right? Okay. But this is nothing. You have a 15-minute closure. You don't have a 4-hour thing. Could easily just do that. Because you don't have a medium term or higher term time frame confirmation back inside. I'm going to go ahead and erase this fib. I'm going to go ahead and erase this naked point of control. Okay, guys, let's go look at our fractal. Everybody knocking on the fractal. Everybody's like, oh, the fractal. Only haters are knocking on this fractal. Let me tell you something. Because anybody who's been following this fractal is up in massive freaking profits. So if anybody's hating on the fractal, it's because they're pissed off that they didn't find it. Look at this, guys. We even called for this swoop back up. I even called for this dang swoop back up because the fractal called for it. Now, on this fractal, this is from 2022, June-ish, I think June of 2022. Post bear leg cross, we've discussed this to exhaustion. But on the fractal, let's throw our fib back on, current price. We front ran the 702. We basically rejected golden pocket. On the fractal, this swing back to the upside, right? This little swing back where we took the high and then dipped down and came back before rolling over. This retrace was a 786 retrace. I told you we didn't have to get there, but it was a 786 retrace in 2022. We're kind of a golden pocket retrace here. I did say we don't have to get here, but we still could. So if we do see another push up in the next day or so, I still wouldn't worry me, because that's what we got last time, okay? But we don't have to. Each of these does not have to be exact candle for candle percentages, okay? But so far, so good. Everything is perfectly on track, okay? So if that's the case, you know, if this is our candle right here, then we're just a few days, we're just going to start rolling on over here, okay? Rolling on over here. And we discussed this, I think, on Friday. I actually called for it. I actually literally said what I'm looking for, and you guys can fact check me, tell me if I'm wrong. I said I'm looking for a Monday-ish, Tuesday, fake out, false move Monday, midweek reversal. That's exactly what I called for, if you remember correctly. And if I didn't say it, somebody can call me out, but I know I said it, and we can go watch the video if we have to. So far, it's exactly where we're getting. Monday, Tuesday, it remains to be seen if this is false move or a fake out, or if we just continue higher. It remains to be seen. But so far, it is playing out exactly as predicted. Okay. Let's go look at this. We continue to look at this. I got to update this. $49 days. Okay, this is our bear leg fractal. I'm not going to go through it all again. You already know, 2018, 2022, 48 days and 40 days from the bear cross and to the very bottom. Okay, we're currently on day 49. But Anthony, that's longer than 40 and 48 days. You're right, it is. But we also predicted that when we first got here it would be longer because this is the zone we're in right here. We're currently in this zone, right? And I said this is like February through November. What is that? That's a 9-month zone, and look how thick this chop is. It's like quicksand. It's like sludge. And I said I just don't see us falling through it in 40 days. It took us 9 months to work our way through the zone the first time. I don't see that happening. Now, I don't think it's going to take 9 months. I think it's going to take another week, 2 at most, probably a week. But I think we're fixing to start the reversal, and by the time we hit the bottom, we've got another week. But I did think it wouldn't go in 40 days because this is just too thick of chop to just crash right through it, right? You follow me? I thought we would get stuck in here, and we have. But still, I think the fractal will play out, and I do think we'll get through it, and I do think it won't take 9 months. I think 1 more week. The Bulls are losing this fight, okay? They gave it all they had. They gave it all they had. A series of lower highs, which means they got weak. They were showing exhaustion. And they mounted one good short squeeze up here, ran out of steam, and back to lower highs as of now. That shows buyer exhaustion, okay? And I just think the bears are fixing to step in and take over, and we're coming here. Not only that, we discuss this all the time. Here's our March statistics. Okay, I had somebody message me who wanted to see the statistics for the other months because they didn't believe me, I guess. They didn't say that, but why else? And rather, I thought it'd be nice. I've shown this a couple of times, but I'm going to show it again one more time today. Rather than making them go back and watch every single month and verify this on videos, I'm going to show it real quick. So at the beginning of each month, either on the last day of the month or the first day of the month, I post historical Bitcoin stats. I have everything charted in this big, ridiculous chart. The opening price, the closing price, wick high, wick low, high date, low date, percentages, you name it, I have it all. And then I average out everything every year, going back 15 years or whatever it is. And I look for a trend. Okay, I look for a trend. Okay, and usually you can find a trend. Maybe everything's not exact, but you can get averages, and you can usually find a good trend, and if then that type of scenario, okay? And March was a really good one, okay? March, is one of the rare ones that has a 100% trend. And that trend is if you open to the upside, okay, if you open to the upside on March, 100% of the time, it winds up being a red month, a negative closing March, 100% of the time. Also, if you open to the downside in March, 100% of the time, it winds up being a green month or a positive closing month, okay? I'm not saying it will always be 100%, but so far it is. So what does that mean? We were looking, because of our fractal and because of some money flow and other divergences and things, we were looking to open March. This starts March. I drew this on here on March the 1st. We were looking for a move up to the red box, which was our average percentage gain for March. We were looking for the open to the upside, okay, because of indicators and technicals and things like that. Here was where we were looking for because of our average. And because of our 100% stat, when you open to the upside, you close negatively. We're looking for a move down here, okay? And that happens to match our fractal. So average loss for March will put you down here between 56 and 58K. However, the yellow line is the ALC, Anthony Lee Crypto Crew target. I think we're going to, my line is at 49.5, so 50K, 49, 50K. That's where I think we could wind up in March. But historically, we're going to be 56 to 58K by the end of this month. Now, that doesn't mean that's where we close. That means that's a wick low, so it could look like this, and then you wind up closing somewhere around here or whatever. I don't know. I don't care. Historically, we should just touch that box. So, somebody messaged me, wanted to see, because I keep claiming this is so accurate. All right. December. Put these on in December. And every arrow, the first arrow is always going to be where I did this analysis. I put it on that candle, and then I save it. So as you can see, we're looking for December to open, the low in the first week, and the high near the 15th, okay? And sure enough, we opened here, we came down, set our low on December 1st, is that right? Yeah. So I did this analysis on November 30th, and we set our low on December 1st. Came right down to the box. And then we were supposed to go to the red box up top, and you can see we just kind of ran that, but we got it correct. It was correct. We knew we were going to open to the downside, low in the first week, and then we're going to move up about 5 to 7%. The percentages are perfect. Our move, we were looking for 5 to 7%. We were 7.5% down and right at 5% up. So perfect call for December. January, we were looking for this. Perfect call. Apparently I didn't put the text on this one. Perfect call. Put the arrow here. This was on December 31st. I did this. Go watch the video if you don't believe me. I did not change this. I haven't changed any of these. I saved these and that's it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Period. But so far we're not. Looking for a move into the box. You can see we got that move right into the box right there. Perfect tap of the box. They were looking for a move down to this box. We kind of wicked it a little, but that's okay. Perfect call. We nailed this. February, also our post bear leg cross. Posted this on January 31st. We're looking for a move into the box. We got it here on February 2nd. So 2 days later, we got our move into the box. We were looking for that high on the first week. Literally, I put high in the first week, average 2.19%. Okay, then historical stats called for a dump of 44%, which was our green box. But at the time, I thought that was way too much given the technicals. I drew this yellow line. This green line was not extended over. That is the monthly 55 EMA. It stopped here. I extended this line over and said, this is our target, and we nailed that target. I mean, nailed it. I actually wicked it a little, but we nailed it. So I didn't think we'd get the 44% because of the fractal, because of the technicals, because of the 55. I thought we would check up there, and that's what we did. So those are all 100%, and then here we are in March, and this is exactly what we expect. And so far, it's played out exactly like it has historically. So for those of you who keep you do you. Not financial advice, but those of you who keep, God, I should do this. And then I look back and I'm like, what a fool I was. Like, all day long I would take coin flip, 50-50 trades. Like, gosh, like I can't get enough of these 50-50 trades. And I would get like a 90%, 95% probability trade, and I'd be like, nah, it's not exciting enough for me. I want the 50-50. So for those of you that keep overlooking this kind of stuff, these high, super high, I'm talking 15-year historic probability trades, and you keep ignoring them, like, I really believe you just want to lose money. I firmly believe that. You just can't deny this stuff. You can't do it. You can't deny it. I put it out in advance, and I'm not just like some super brainchild. I just look at what the historical averages say, and that's it. That's it. That's it. Even if you didn't get the exact dollar, if you just followed the structure, but the key is you have to believe in it. If you don't believe in the trade, number one, you're going to put your stop in the wrong place because you don't believe that it's going to continue your way. Number two, you're going to take profit too quickly. You're going to kick yourself when you take profit at $500 and it continues going your direction, and then you FOMO back in last second about the time it's ready to bounce, and you're going to lose that $500 and then some. I get it. The key of it all is believing in the trade. You have to believe in your trade. And if you don't trust your TA, then maybe trust mine, not financial advice. This VIX is flip-flopping back and forth. I'm about to turn this alert off. It's driving me crazy. So this is what we're looking for March. Let's look at fetch. Here is the fractal from before June-ish. I think it was June-ish of 2022, the last cycle. Same as Bitcoin fractal. It looks friggin' exact. I mean, you know, candle for candle may not be the same percentage. You may have dropped 2% on this day and 2.5% on that day, but this structure is exact. My only question mark is, and it depends on Bitcoin, so my only question mark is, all right, so I know this, and I know a lot of you are trading these alts with me, so this matters. This is this, right? That looks pretty obvious. This appears to be this, right? Because you come down and get the second low, then bounce up. Now, my only question mark is this. Is that this little pump up, or is it this? If it's this, we should be looking to roll on down. If it's this, I don't know that it is, but you can see that when we swooped back up, we actually took this high, which would mean this right here would come take this high. So like this. I don't know. I can't figure that out. That is my only question mark. But I do know this. If this is where Bitcoin is, and this is about to roll over, then most likely this is this, and about to roll over. Right? I just don't know. If Bitcoin kind of hangs around where it is a couple days, doesn't even roll over, just hangs around, your alts could do a little something like this, and then when Bitcoin gets to move into the downside, they could roll. I just don't know, which is why I sold my fetch this morning for $1,200 profit. I just don't know. In either way, whether this rolls over in the next 2 days or this is, you know, Monday of next week, I fully believe, and this isn't it. This isn't where this stops. Well, let me show you. I just cut the fractal off. This is not where the bottom is. I like cut the fractal off like right here. This thing actually went much lower. Let's drag that over. Let's drag the whole fractal over. There may be a faster way to do this, but I don't know it. And by the way, this fractal, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, well, how do you compare the Bitcoin fractal when it was at 20K and now it's at 70K? Well, whatever. This fractal for fetch is at the exact same price. So very easy to compare that when it's at the same price, because this is how price behaved at this price. All right, so this is how it actually looks. Oops, wrong one. This is how it actually looks. Yeah, that didn't look so bad on the one that I had there a second ago. So I don't want to get caught right here. Again, whether this comes up here for one last little and takes that out, or just rolls over. You know, it didn't look so bad on the other one where the fractal ended here. It's like, okay, you're not going that much on. This is a lot of freaking drawdown. And if we're going here, I mean, it doesn't look like that much. That is where we at. We were here 15 cents. This went down to like 9 cents. That is almost a 50% drawdown, guys. That's a lot. So I don't want to get caught right here. So I went ahead and sold my fetch today. We could come up and take this high if Bitcoin hem hauls around. But we're so close to rolling over. I'm telling you. Now, financial advice, this thing could take off to $3 tomorrow for all I know. But I'm not getting caught with my hand in the cookie jar when this fractal has not been wrong yet, and it shows me that within the next few days to next 1 week, this is coming. If it's wrong, it's wrong, but it hasn't been wrong yet, and I'd be foolish to just all of a sudden think, it's probably going to be wrong now just because, with no good real reasoning, right? Just because. So if you're trying to play with alts and get cutesy, don't, right? Don't. Not right now. Get cutesy down here. Get as cutesy as you want, because this is the bottom. Get as cutesy as you want down here. Don't get cutesy right before a potential 50% drop. Like days or hours even before. Now's not the time. Because when look guys, when this thing starts going, there is no stopping. This is a fast drop. Just my opinion. Got any questions, guys? Uh-oh, let's see. Salt Chain needs you guys' help. What do you need help with? A name? Oh, West Coast. My guy. Coming in here late, bro. You missing all the P&Ls. Carry Benz is up thousands of dollars. John, the former mod, is our pro trader now. Salt Chain's about to have a new name. Salt Chain's getting the wrench today. I'll take your questions. I'll take your alts. Guys, if you're looking at this fractal, I need to bring the new fractal. I just deleted the fractal. I'll bring the new fractal over. I'll update this later today so that way we can kind of get a ballpark of what's coming next. I'll clean it up a little better. But it don't look so bad when it stops here, but I just showed you it really comes down to about here. If you want me to look at your alts, you need to let me know today, because if they start dumping down in the next couple days, you need to be ready. You need to be ready, and you need to know where you need to look to buy. So let me know if you want me to look at any alts. Hotborn says he missed everything. I think he's talking about you, West Coast. There's some good stuff today. Good stuff today. I hope you got in the trade with us. Like, I think everybody in here is in this trade. Everybody in here is in this trade. If you didn't, I will tell you the same thing I told them. What about Algo, Marcus? What about it? You want me to look at Algo? Okay. I will. Joe, I'll tell them. Lucas, I'll tell you what I told them. It's the same thing in this trade. I'm on the 4-hour time frame. If you did not get in the trade with us this morning, which we've already secured over $1,000 in profit on. Carry Benz too, he's up thousands. The only other way I would enter this trade is a 4-hour closure. We're back in the range now, but this isn't good enough for me. I want a 4-hour closure back in the range, targeting POC. You know the deal. $5,000 trade, 20x leverage. That's a $100,000 margin. That is a little over 4% move. That is a $4,000 profit trade. Same thing. You run the scalp with it. When you get up a little bit, you shave off enough profit on the scalp to cover your potential drawdown of the day trade, and you target here for a $4,000 profit plus whatever profit you got on the scalp. That is how I suggested folks run this, and it nailed it perfectly. A lot of people made over $5,000 on this because they had their scalp and their $4,000 profit on the day trade. So we're looking for a repeat of that, but I would wait on a 4-hour closure. I mean, you know, if you close the 4-hour right here close to point of control, then you've missed the move. And at that point, you could really only wait for a retrace continuation down, which John, I can't even call you John the Mod anymore. John the Pro, I think it's something, is really good at those retrace or retrace re-entry trades. I can do them too. I just don't because I'm already in it, and I don't close my day trades too soon. Yeah, sometimes I do. Had 98K when I did. Gosh, dog. Went from 98K to 60K, and I was in the dang trade, and I closed it at like 90. It's true. Made like $6,000, but I still closed it way too soon. And we even called for it. I think we're headed into a weekend, and I just didn't want to deal with it. I don't remember what was going on there. But I remember I took it live with you guys on stream. Morning Marcus, we're going to go look at algo now. I'm kind of an algo expert. I held algo last cycle. 2 cycles in a row I've held algo. I'm off of it. I will never get back on it. I think it's a dying coin. That's just my opinion. But I held it. Matter of fact, this was the first cryptocurrency. I had my son on the show here with me for a few minutes on Sunday. I can't remember if you were on Sunday, but my son was here, and he talked about the first crypto he ever owned was Algorand. Let's see. Agent John Smith. I like that. I kind of like that. Okay, Algo looks terrible. Algo looked terrible last cycle. I got off of Algo, got on WorldCoin. Algo looks terrible. 2 cycles in a row, Algo's gone to $3. Okay, you kind of started out at $3 over here when you opened up, right? $3.29, $3.30. A cycle later, depending on the chart you look at it on. This one you went to $2.82. Some of them you went to right at $3. So depending on the chart, 2 cycles in a row, Algo went to $3, okay? And then this last cycle, Algo went to 61 cents. Massive, and listen, I'm not just picking on Algo, just most coins underperformed last cycle, okay? So it's not just Algo. I have no problem with Algo. I rode it 2 cycles in a row. I mean, it was one of my main coins. I had over 1 million Algorand coins. I've shown that on the stream. I started out with, I think, 130,000 Algorand coins is what I bought, 130,000, and I spot traded it during the bear market, and I wound up with over 1 million. So I almost 10x'd my Algo. I like 8x'd my Algo holdings without putting another nickel in. And that's what I intend to do with you guys in the Discord. That's what we've already started doing. All right, made $1,200 in the last 2 days just doing it. We're up like 40 grand on spot trading alts since February 1st. But I'm not shaving that profit off. I keep it in and I roll it over and I accumulate. And that's how I make so much money in the bull run from altcoins. It's not from investing my capital. I put initial in and then I spot trade. I accumulate. Anyway, Algo just looks terrible. From top of the cycle to the bottom of the cycle. Oops. Top of the cycle, bottom of the cycle. I mean, you didn't even come close to a 382. I mean, not even close. A 382 pullback would be at $1.13 in the last cycle. And you made it to 61 cents, about halfway. So, I mean, not even close. I mean, just terrible, terrible, terrible. Really, all you did was bounce the range. You see the value area range? You literally came down. You kind of ran value area low here. Ran it just slightly. Rejected value area high. And now you're currently on value area low again. So if you're lucky enough, gosh, I mean, you might could get back value area high. But look, bro, you're here. You're at value area low. And we haven't even gotten the big dump that we're expecting on Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto market. We haven't even gotten the big dump, right? So no, I'm going to have to turn this freaking alert off. Jeez. We haven't even gotten the dump. And here's what makes it extra bad. Let me tell you what makes it extra bad. That you did, to me, you don't want this from any coin, period. Okay? This is why it got bad last cycle, and it's going to get worse. But let me show you. I'm going to delete this so you can see. So you had 2 cycles ago, you went to 320, whatever it was, right? Came down, you set and you need to know this, guys, for any coin you're considering. In my opinion, not financial advice. You set a low in the bear market. This was in 2020. Okay, you follow me? Right? Set a low. Bear market low. Came back to $3 in 2021, right? Okay, next bull run, you came back to $3. Are you following me? Okay. Then you came last cycle. I'm going to clear all this. I want you guys to be crystal clear about this. Because this is important. People are going to get this wrong, and you're going to get wrecked. You may not get wrecked. You can still make money. This thing's probably still going to go up. You can still make money. But you can make a lot more on coins with better structure. Look. Set a bear market low right here. Boom, right? Bear market low, right? Set a bull market high, right? Well, what happened in the next cycle? What happened in the next cycle? This bear market, what happened? What happened that makes this so bad? Anybody? Anybody? Because I want you to understand this. Anybody? What happened in this bear market that makes this coin so bad? Why did it go to $3 twice, 2 cycles in a row, and this cycle only go to 60 cents? Why did it not go back to $3? Technically, I know nothing about fundamentals. I do, but we're not getting into that. I'll tell you why. You took out your bear market low, which is a major macro time frame, right? Major macro structure. You took it out, which means you then flipped to bearish macro structure, which means you could then expect a lower high to come in, which is exactly what you got. If you had not taken this out, you might could have expected a new all-time high because you maintained a bullish structure. Does that make sense? Okay, what has happened this time? First of all, in my opinion, we're not even at the bottom. We still have the bottom coming in the next few weeks, right? But even if the bottom is already in, and we don't have this big dump coming, okay? You've already taken out last cycle's bear market low, even as is, without a further dump. So what does that mean? You set another lower low, probably coming lower, but even if not, you've already set another lower low, which means you can expect another lower high, right? Because you've done nothing but continue the bearish trend on the major macro level, okay? I would avoid this. And in case you don't see it, you still don't see it. Boom, lower lows. So therefore, you can expect lower highs. I know it's not exact. Who cares? You get the point. So, in my opinion, guys, you want to, and you, listen to me. Unless the bottom is in, which I don't think, you cannot tell on any coin right now if you're going to maintain a bullish structure or if you're going to flip bearish. You have to wait a couple more weeks, few more weeks, whatever it is, one more week, whatever it is, for this next drop to see if you take out your previous bear market low. You cannot look at a coin right now and say that's the one because we're still in bullish structure. You don't know. Because let me tell you something. In the next week, 2 weeks, whatever it is, when we get this drop, some coins are going to drop 20%. Some coins are going to drop 80%. You just don't know yet. So don't get married to a coin before this next drop, okay? I'm on Fetch AI right now, but if something happens and Fetch drops 90%, I'm no longer on Fetch. If we shift major macro structure to bearish, I will not ride Fetch next cycle, okay? I hope that makes sense. These coins you want to avoid. And listen, anything can happen. I mean, China could come out and name algo. It's official national currency for all I know, and this thing goes to $100. But technically, that's all we can't predict the news. So all we have to go by is technicals. And short of some miracle news announcement, technically this coin looks terrible. Which sucks because I had high hopes for it last cycle. Yeah, that's right, Carrie Benz. The only way this would work is if there was another change of structure to the next cycle to flip it bullish. Absolutely, and that can happen. However, the old saying, the trend is your friend. The trend is down. You don't bank on structure changes. You wait for confirmed structure changes because chances are that doesn't happen. And I'll give you another reason that chances are that doesn't happen on this coin, because it's freaking old. And if you know nothing about crypto, you should know that the newer coins perform better. It's just hype. You know, hype, they come out, blah, 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 blah. Really, you know, the newer coins perform better. So these older coins are probably going to perform less and less and less and less without some major fundamental partnership or development or whatever. These other coins are probably just going to start to fade out. But you can't take this and think, wow, okay, maybe it changes bullish in the next cycle. Probably it won't. But you're right. Maybe if it does, like if next cycle, okay, we have bearish market structure now. Maybe if this is the high last cycle. If you do come up here and flip it, then you might could say, okay, Algo did something. Now you're looking at 2 cycles away, but then you would look for a higher low to then carry it on in the following cycle. But as it is now, you can't touch this. You have to anticipate a lower high and lower low, because that is the structure until it's broken. And you have to approach every coin that way, in my opinion. And again, there's going to be some coins that come out with some crazy deals and partnerships and developments, and there always is. But I'm talking from a technical aspect. Okay, any other coins? Any other coins? And I'll show you what I mean on Fetch, because I'm high on Fetch right now. On the weekly time frame, I think Fetch comes down here and takes out its October 10th low, maybe even point of control here at 8-9 cents. I don't know if we get that low, but I definitely look for it to come down to about 11 cents. And the low of last cycle is right here at 5 cents. If Fetch comes and takes out this, like if you full rotate back down here, or even just take it out at all, I'm off of this coin, because I will then have flipped this to bearish structure, right? I will have set in a macro lower low, so I could expect, even if this is a good return, I can expect a lower high. And I'm not going to sit here and guess where that lower high is going to be. I'm just going to know for a fact, at least 90% for a fact, that it is not going to perform as well. So I'm not going to guess, does it underperform like Algo, or does it set a lower high and still do pretty dang good? Because it could. You could still rotate back up here and get a 12, 15x. But I'm not going to decide that when there's so many coins that will maintain a bullish market structure, macro market structure. I would just rather go with one of those higher probability structure coins, right? I don't anticipate this at all for Fetch. But if it does, then Fetch is out for me. But I'm not married to this, because that could happen. And I do think you're going to find out within the next 2 to 3 weeks. I think the start down is going to happen in the next few days, but it may take it a week or two before it actually reaches wherever the bottom is going to be. As you can see from the fractal I showed, it didn't go there in a day. It took it, I think it was like 10 days. But as of now, you can see, I mean, we have a series of higher lows, series of higher highs. This looks fantastic as long as you don't break this. That looks like a big zone as long as you don't break this. 5 cents, 6 cents, right in there. Then you've maintained higher highs and higher lows. And I like that. Now, it doesn't mean you can't then start to flip bearish in the next cycle. Sure you can, okay? Sure you can. But it gives me a higher probability. And at the end of the day, nobody, I don't care who they are, nobody knows what's going to happen. All we can do is take the probabilities. And I'm going to take the higher probabilities, and if I do that consistently, then I'm going to make more consistently. Doesn't mean I'm going to get every one of them right. That's also why I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket. I'm going to have 3 coins that I invest in. 3. Just in case one of these winds up pulling an Algorand. You know, hopefully one of them will pull a Solana or a Zcash, right? All right, guys, give me your alts. We'll take a look before we get out of here. Let's look at Bitcoin. What's Bitcoin doing? Getting a little bounce. A little bounce. Anybody want to see any alts? I haven't looked at WorldCoin in a minute. I am interested in WorldCoin. Oops. And I know what you're thinking. You can't really tell where the bear market low is because this wasn't really around in the bear market. It pretty much came out on the bull run. But, I mean, if the low is down here. So technically, as long as you maintain this low at 15 cents, even though this looks terrible, actually looks like a good bullish falling wedge, right? Short-term bearish, long-term bullish breakout, right? But as long as you maintain this 15 cents, I do think we probably, if I had to guess, we come SFP this October 10th, low, something like that, and then up and out. Obviously not in one candle. I mean, I more think we probably chop around like this and then up and out. I understand. It doesn't look the greatest. Fetch looked like that. This looks like this. But also, I believe in this project fundamentally. I think this is going to be massive. But if you were to give me this coin and tell me to look at it and analyze it, I would tell you, no way, Jose. This looks terrible. I acknowledge. I've just been following this coin for a long time, and when it moves, it moves. And I know that Sam Altman created this project, who was a co-founder of ChatGPT with Elon Musk. So he's very smart. He's very well connected. This is the one with the eye, the orb scanning thing. All the celebrities are jumping on board. Countries are starting to get involved. They're talking about integrating it for elections. If this thing catches fire, WorldCoin is going to be massive. Technically, it doesn't look great, but I'm telling you, I probably wouldn't advise anybody to buy this on the technicals, but I'm going heavy in it. That's all I'm saying. And you guys know the other two that I'm eyeballing are Zcash and XVG. Neither of them am neither of them am I a buyer of right now. They're both too high. Here's my target for XVG. I really like this coin. It has a similar structure to Fetch, right? Similar structure to Fetch. Higher highs, higher lows. I don't really count this. This is where it was released. And, you know, you just, who knows? The release is whatever price the creator says it is. And then all those investors immediately dump off and take profit. But from the time it caught a little traction, and this was the top of the bull run. So this was its bear market. Okay, here's the bear market low. And as long as we hold that, then we've maintained structure. And I think you could have a shot at coming back into this zone right here in the next cycle. as long as you maintain this right here, you could keep the higher lows and higher highs on a macro scale. I think you could come on up. Still did pretty well in the last cycle. It's one of the few coins, if you don't count this, which was crap. It was a crap release. If you don't count that, it did set an all-time high. Either way, it did a 1,400%. Pretty dang good. Pretty dang good. I like it. Zcash, everybody knows, but it is a terrible, 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 in my opinion, price right now. It didn't really do anything special, guys. Everybody thinks it did something special. Why? Because it did it so fast. Like, it didn't do anything, and then all of a sudden, boom. But look, Zcash been around since 2018. It didn't even set a high, so it didn't even touch its high. It broke last cycle high, but I mean, look, it pretty much did what it's done for 3 cycles, so it didn't do anything special. It just did it in like 3 weeks. It just did it so fast. It was looking like it was just going to be terrible, another flop. Look, you had high here, and this was the cycle high, and it was just fizzling out, and all of a sudden out of nowhere. That's what made people think this is extra bullish, but really it didn't do anything. It hasn't already done twice before, right? Just here it slow grinded up, slow grinded up, slow grinded up, and here it just, boom, rocket ship. But I still like it. However, I don't like it now because if you just came back to high here, I mean, of course, you could rip up to 20 grand. I don't know. But if you just came back up to high here, you only get about a 2x, 200%. 240%. So I don't like it at current price just because the risk to reward is not great. I would like it if you came down to point of control. I don't know that you get that low. That'd be a 75% drop. I put this orange line, which is where I said I would like to see it. You found a lot of support and resistance to that orange line. I would be a buyer there. And then if you came back to highs, you're looking at 800%. Pretty good. Pretty good. But if you lose point of control, if you did come down there and lose point of control, it doesn't look good. Every time you've lost it in the past, down, down, down. I actually like XVG better than this, especially at current price. I just don't like this. This is unpredictability. It's like you look like shit the entire cycle and then boom. I don't like that. I like this. You're pretty consistent, pretty consistent, pretty consistent. I like this. So it's really what you're looking for. Zcash is a no buy where it is right now, though. Look at this big volume gap here, guys. We're in it now, so we should rotate down a point of control. You see the big volume gap. You should rotate down here on XVG. And you can see I got the blue arrows. It's come here every single time. I mean, it loves to live here. Loves to live here. One more chart that I showed the VIP yesterday, but I have not shown anyone else. Faceless 2.0, which link are you trying to click? Welcome, by the way. One more chart I've never shown anyone except the VIP crew. We're on the Bitstamp chart. I'm looking at the monthly time frame. And then we're going to get out of here, guys. I'm going to go back to the full history of Bitcoin. This is a little more confluence to tell me I think we bottom in March. All right, I showed this yesterday to the crew. So the orange dotted lines, they represent the previous cycle's all-time high, and they end where the next cycle confirmed breakout of that all-time high, okay? So just like last cycle here, you can see 2 cycles ago, we topped out at 69K. Fast forward, that is where the orange line is, where we broke that 69K, confirmed high, okay? The measurement that I have on here, this is the monthly time frame, so the bars indicate the number of months, is when we bottomed, bear market bottom. So from confirmed break of all-time high to bear market bottom. Cycle 1 back in 2013. Excuse me, 2013, we actually bottomed in 2015, but from the break of the high to the bottom, 24 bars. That's 24 months, okay? Next cycle, 22 bars. Cycle after that, 24 bars. So 24, 22, 24, and currently 24 bars. 24 bars, 22, 24, 24. Maybe it's nothing, but it is a trend that is not broken yet. Well, Anthony, one of them was 22 bars, not 24. You're right. So we're at 3 24 bars and 1 22 bars. The point is none of them have gone greater than 24 bars before the very bottom of the cycle. So this thing could go 100 bars for all I know, but as of now, nothing has gone greater than 24 bars, and 3 out of the 4 of them have been exactly 24 bars. So we shall see. Faceless, what link are you trying to click? I want to make sure I get you taken care of. If it's the MEXC, I'm trading on MEXCtrading.us. You can type that in your browser, MEXCtrading.us. You do not have to be a resident of the U.S. Or up top, KCEXtrading.com. Or you can type in your browser if you want to join us on VIP Discord at AnthonyLeeCrypto.com. But if you let me know which link it is, I can go try to fix it. If it's the link in the pinned comments to MEXC, I don't think those links are clickable. Maybe they are. I don't know. Yeah, they should be. Mine is. All right, guys. Well, that's it for the TA today. I think you've got everything. Let's look at the VIX. VIX is headed down, so you may get a little relief here for now. But yeah, everything still looks good. We're still looking for that rollover coming, guys. Still looking for the rollover. Doesn't have to happen today. Let's go back and look at our days here. So looks like if this is our candle here on the blue, if this is our candle, so if we are here, if that candle is this candle here, then it looks like we didn't really get the good rollover for a day or two. Really should start tomorrow, which is what we've been calling for, the Wednesday, Thursday reversal. See, Wednesday reversal, then you kind of came back up, and then you just bled out and bled out. So we could hem haul around in here today. If this is going to hold, we should really kind of start the move tomorrow. Then one more fake out that doesn't take out this candle. Just kind of comes and retraces, and then lower, 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 lower. So, yeah, I wouldn't necessarily look for the big dumpola today. If this is us, looks like we just kind of hang in here today. Tomorrow, we scare everybody. One more little retrace, and then gone. Okay, we're close, guys. We're close. Be careful with your longs. I'm looking for no longs. I'm not buying any alts. Probably the rest of the week. I'm just going to see how this plays out. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to get out of here. I got to go eat. I'm starving, Marvin. Congrats to John the Mod, John the Pro. Gosh, what do Caribbeans call you? Agent John Smith. In Discord, he's Johnny number 5. Agent Johnny number 5. I'll just start calling you Johnny number 5. Johnny number 5. Do y'all know that movie, Short Circuit? Johnny number 5. I saw you change your profile picture to the Short Circuit. Johnny number 5. Johnny number 5. I'm old enough to remember that. That came out when I was a kid. There's a lot of Short Circuit movies. Probably like 6 or 7 of them. A little robot. Johnny number 5. You're probably too young for that. Anyway. No disassemble. Caravan. I knew you would know that movie. Of all people, I knew you would know that movie. That's a great movie. All of them are cool. I loved them when I was a kid. I haven't seen them since I was a kid. I should go watch one. Okay, Johnny number 5 is going to take care of you guys. I'm still in Discord, guys. I will not. That doesn't mean I'm posting less or they're less. I'm just adding something for you guys who want to trade a little more, who maybe miss some trades or close out too soon, that I'm not comfortable telling you to just jump back in. But John's really good at sniffing out those re-entry trades. So I brought him on board for that purpose mostly. I'm really good about giving you the targets and all that. But if you miss those or get out, John is great at re-entry. So trust me, he's really good at re-entry. There's been lots of trades that I got out of. I'm like, gosh, I can re-enter. And this is what I'm looking at. John, what do you think? And he's like, oh, yeah, it's pretty good re-entry, I think. But this would be better. And here's why. And I'm like, okay, you're right. Boom. Re-entry. So, congrats, John. Hit us up. Let us know if you have any questions. We're in Discord the rest of the day, and I will still be posting my stuff like regular. So just because John's on doesn't mean I'm less. This is in addition, guys. We bring it for you. All right, I love you guys. The Lord loves you. It's a great day. We will see you guys next